I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Cougars. Only 3 days of school left. Today is Tuesday, June 6th. Welcome to SCTV News. I'm Noah O'Neill.
And I'm Lauren Helton. Thursday is the last day of school, and it is a minimum day. Don't forget that Block 2 starts earlier than normal.
Thursday is a big day for seniors because it is graduation. Mr. Tubbs explains how Thursday will work.
So seniors should get here at 8 o'clock for the senior breakfast. It's a good way to start the day, talking to friends, hanging out, signing yearbooks, things like that. That goes till 9:30. Then at 9:30, we'll start graduation practice, and that usually goes about an hour and a half, until about 11 or so. Then the seniors are released. They can go home and kind of rest a little bit, get something to eat, get some lunch, and then they're due back at 4 o'clock in the gym. And seniors can't have anything in their pockets. They shouldn't have cell phones. They shouldn't bring food or drinks or anything. They should just have their car keys. And so they're in the gym at about 4 o'clock, start getting ready to line up. And we line up and start to walk out about 5:30, and graduation starts at 6.
Anyone attending the ceremony needs to know that gates open at 4:30. Seats are limited. Anyone who wants to make sure they can sit during the ceremony should arrive early. The parking lot always fills up, so arrive ahead of time for a parking spot.
And a reminder, it can get very hot on the football field. Umbrellas are allowed for shade, but they must be closed during the ceremony as courtesy to the other audience members. You cannot bring any food or drink into the stadium, but water will be available for sale.
Meanwhile, grad night will be the next day on Friday at Disneyland. Check-in will be in the quad starting at 11:45 in the morning, and the buses will leave promptly at 1 p.m.
Students need to be dropped off at school, as no vehicles should be left in the parking lot overnight. In addition, students are not allowed to drive their own vehicle to Disneyland. Food and drinks are not allowed on the buses, but bottled water will be handed out.
Traffic before and after school has become a very serious issue here at Steele Canyon. We investigated this problem with photographers Bruce Garcia and Robert Gillespie to bring you this special report. Traffic is a very serious issue here at Steele Canyon High School, one that even Principal Don Hoheimer has to deal with.
I am definitely aware of an ongoing traffic problem here at Steele Canyon, because you got to understand, I've been driving here in the morning and in the evening for about 7 years, 8 years, so I've always experienced it. Luckily, I've been able to develop some techniques to avoid the worst of it. I always pull into the parking lot before 7 o'clock. There's no line to wait in. It seems like there's an exponential penalty you pay for every minute you come in after 7 a.m. And I try the best I can to avoid that on a daily basis. But it's really a life lesson, and that life lesson is get up early on time so you can show up on time.
The traffic is not a new problem, and with new students coming each year, it is becoming even more of an issue. Students and parents both have places to be, but we have to work together and make the effort to get to school that much earlier in order to be on time.
Because of the situation that we're faced with, we have one way in and one way out. We have approximately over 500 student drivers, and we're sitting approximately 2,200 students. So with the exception of 7 buses, which are carrying 25 to 30 kids apiece, that gives you an idea of how many parents are driving here and dropping their kids off. And they're busy. I understand that the parents have to get to work, but they have to think of all these other people that are driving around them, and a lot of their students, and the parents aren't setting good examples for their students. Every day can be different here because one person, one accident, one fender bender, one issue on the road that may have nothing to do with our students or our parents driving can cause the students to be late. Usually when we are aware of that, the admin will make an announcement and tell the teachers to delay taking attendance for a few minutes.
Students attending class late can cause a disruption with teachers, forcing them to repeat information and take away work time from fellow students. Getting to school on time is important to establish responsibility between students and create routine. Traffic is a common issue for both staff and students. To get insight on their perspective, we talked to senior Landon Shire.
I have to get to school at like 6:50 because if I get in traffic past 7, I won't be able to get to class on time. It was 7:23 and the bell was about to ring. I mean, I think the longest I've waited was my junior year, the first day of school. I seriously took an hour from Target to my parking spot. The bad designing of our school and where it's placed and the surroundings, with this being the main entrance and exit from Hamul, a lot of the time it's because parents, they're trying to give their little boy and girl, little Johnny, a little kiss goodbye. It's like, no, just get out of the car and kick him to the curb. Like, they don't.
The school has various ideas on how to resolve the pending traffic problem.
We've looked at a lot of different alternatives to reduce traffic. We've tried to manipulate the master schedule so that not all students have a first block class. That's worked a little bit. That's improved it slightly. We've worked to buy the ranch next door, the horse property, and try to make that into another student drop-off. That's been stalled. A third thing that we're looking into with the district transportation department is maybe having some kind of shuttle system coming in from the mall so that we have maybe 100 less cars coming in every morning as well. So those are the 3 solutions we've been working on. I'm going to continue to encourage carpooling. We're going to have a bike to school day this year. Hopefully people can ride a bike on the trails. We're always going to monitor traffic the best we can. We're going to continue to pursue the equestrian property to the west of us to perhaps have another student drop-off or parking area. But ultimately, you're just going to have to plan ahead so you get to school on time every day.
Anyone planning on playing a sport next year needs to complete their sports clearance application. You'll find that on our website under the Athletics tab.
That's all the news we have for you today. Have a great last week of school.
Rah, rah, Cougars.
Cougar Pride. Get some.